todos los agentes de la policía de Maricopa County que fueron a ese adiestramiento, que fue dado no solamente por miembros de la policía de Maricopa, pero por profesores que fueron mandados por la ACLU, que eran expertos en esta área. The issue of in-car cameras or recorders. There's a requirement in the order that has just been amended that all cops are to wear or will be wearing some sort of recording device. And I understand there's some issues that we're dealing with privacy issues, so on and so forth, but in reality, most of us have this. And most of this report, and you all have seen in the news, when a police officer is right or wrong, that's somebody who's reporting that right or wrong. So those policemen are going to have their view, in the official view of what happened at that incident. And most incidents, the history of the police department that have cameras so far, it shows about 85% of those recordings clear the officer for any wrongdoing. 50% the officer did something wrong, you do something wrong, you got to pay for that mistake, whether it's willfully or not willfully. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is in the process of acquiring cameras, equipping all their officers with cameras, recording X amount of incidents, and we're still debating what's going to be recorded, how it's going to be recorded, where's the camera going to be turned on. Are we going to ask, ma'am, can we record you, or do we get to the scene, press the button and start recording? Uno de los puntos importantes de la orden es la creación, el requisito que se compren cámaras para todos los agentes de la policía. Casi todos tenemos, como tiene este señor, un teléfono que tiene una cámara, y todas las noches ponemos en las noticias y vemos un incidente, un policía hizo bueno o hizo malo y ha sido grabado por otras personas. Ahora, el departamento de la policía va a tener su primera grabación. Estamos trabajando todavía con los requisitos de qué se va a grabar, cómo se debe grabar, cómo se requiere esa información para que no sea solamente para que la policía no va a borrar si algo negativo. La historia de todos los departamentos que tienen esta clase de equipo es que en el 85% de los incidentes que han sido grabados por la policía, el policía se encuentra no culpable de lo que hizo. El 15% de ellos, que el policía no tiene parte, hizo algo mal y tiene que pagar por lo que hizo. Again, new policies have come out, and policies are written, not just, they're written by them, but they're approved by the ACLU, they're approved by us, to make sure that they meet best police practices. That the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, that it covers all the angles that the order says, and again, it covers best police practices. Se ha escrito mucha política nueva, y muchas de ellas fueron parte de los ayuntamientos. La política no fue solamente creada por ellos, fueron creadas por ellos, pero fueron aprobadas por la ACLU y aprobadas por nosotros, donde todos aseguramos que, primero, que cumple con lo que dice la orden, y el segundo punto, que son las mejores prácticas policiales. Training, I spoke about training already. We have completed the training on arrest, training on detention, training on bias-free policing. All officers are going through that. The next phase is supervisory training, which is the key. The officer out in the field, when you want a supervisor out there in the field, you make sure that the officer is using the left hand when it's a traffic stop. For the example that I gave before, cops are good, but cops are better when the supervisor is out in the field. Se ha hecho mucho ya el ayuntamiento, pero todo en arresto, detenciones y migratorias, pero falta todavía el ayuntamiento en la área de supervisión. Es importante que los policías estén en la calle, el carro patrullero, que haya un supervisor afuera, vigilando lo que está haciendo ese policía. Que si usted tiene una queja o cualquier cosa, puede llamar al supervisor y él lo puede atender. Again, we're just taking baby steps. In October, the order came out, so it's been about 13, 14, 15 months since the judge issued the order. There's some additional responsibilities that the judge has given the monitor's office, certain investigatory oversight, which has nothing to do with the initial 87 paragraphs, but it allows us to oversee certain investigations that the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office is doing. The issue of community outreach, which is already here, is something that the judge added to his initial order. We are not going to go away. You know, the other ones, the church doesn't want to go away either. Even though I'm sure some people would rather we would not be here, but it's a fact of life. You know, we will be here. This is not a process that takes 6 months or a year and a half. Most order or consent decrees take years to take effect. We try to be as fair, as impartial as we can be, like the umpire complaint, you know, calling it safe or calling it out as you see it. We welcome the input from the ACLU. We welcome the input from the community advisory board. More importantly, we welcome your input for anything that you want to say. Otra vez, este es un proceso que se demora, no un proceso que se va a acabar en un año y medio, un proceso largo, es un proceso, este no es el primer departamento, como dijimos antes, que pasa para este proceso. El trabajo de nosotros es mirar, reportar al juez. El juez nos ha dado, aparte de la orden de 159 páginas, nos ha dado otros deberes de investigaciones, de estar mirando algunas investigaciones que está haciendo la oficina del condado de Maricopa. Estas reuniones comunitarias no estaban al principio de la orden, pero han añadido la orden por el juez. Y nosotros vamos a estar aquí este año, el año que viene y el próximo. Estamos aquí para el mejor de ustedes. Nosotros, yo no vengo aquí, porque tenemos miembros que viven en esta ciudad, pero ustedes son los que van a hacer la prueba final de esta orden. One of the key things for the police department is the public trust. You know, this is not one of those countries where policing occurs by fear. It's very simple to do policing when you do it by fear. Get out of the corner, go home, nobody in the streets, etc. That's simple policing. On those countries that live on that type of regime, it's very simple to be a policeman. You know, when there's nobody in the streets, nobody can look like this. You can't criticize it. You can't play that kind of music. You know, it's very simple. You know, when you do that, well, the Constitution doesn't allow that here. It doesn't matter what you look like, what music you play, how long your hair, the color of your skin. You know, the important thing is that these people that are here, those of you that are here, those of you who are not here, because you're homeless, too cold, whatever, you know, then you have trust in your police department. Uno de los puntos más importantes del departamento de policía es la confianza que ustedes tienen en su departamento. Que no le tengan miedo a la policía. Es fácil ser policía en los países donde la policía trabaja bajo el miedo. Donde puede decirle que aquí nadie puede estar parado, usted tiene enfermedad, no me gusta su pelo ese, no me gusta la música que usted está tocando, etcétera, etcétera. Pues la constitución de este país nos da a nosotros las ganas, si queremos poner la música, el pelo de color que lo queremos tener largo, corto, etcétera, etcétera. Lo importante es que cuando usted diga la confianza que usted tiene cada uno de la policía, lo que se le dice public trust, es la cosa que es importante del departamento. Basically, that's my spiel. I really want to hear from you. If you have something to say, good, bad, or different, that's what we're here for. If you have anything that you don't want to speak up and talk, Mr. Ramirez is here. He has some forms. If you want to file, was a good comment or a bad comment, she can give you that information. Our phone number is there. We have local numbers. We have our email address that you can send to us. The ACLU is also here. Anthem is here with the community advisory board, so you can talk to her. So there's a lot of avenues if you want to talk to somebody. And you don't feel comfortable talking to the sheriff's staff, you don't feel comfortable talking to the monitor, you don't feel comfortable to the ACLU, you don't feel comfortable with the community advisory board. So I mean, there's plenty of avenues here if you have a concern or complaint. And again, if you don't want to speak, we're going to do it right now. Tenemos miembros aquí de todos los grupos. La señorita Ramírez tiene formulario. Si usted quiere decir algo, tiene la oportunidad de decir algo. Si no quiere decir nada, no quiere hablar, pero quiere escribir, tiene algo que lo puede escribir, que tiene formulario donde lo puede escribir. Si no tiene confianza de hablar con los miembros de la policía de Maricopa, puede hablar con nosotros, puede hablar con la ACLU, puede hablar con alguien. Questions, thoughts, comments? ¿Alguna pregunta, comentarios?
Just a brief comment. Last time we checked about some pictures that basically were violating the order of the court, and they were taking them out, so that's good. Next, on the same article, they still need that they have a 287G training. And as far as I know, 287G is not even in the books anymore.
Está diciendo que en la última reunión que estaba aquí, los miembros de su grupo nos indicaron que había una foto en el website de la policía de Maricopa que no era propia, y inmediatamente el jefe Sheridan hizo las gestiones que tenía que hacer para quitar esa foto del internet. Pero tiene todavía un comentario que no lo vimos, que menciona todavía la ley 247G, que ya en este momento no existe, por lo menos no existe para los esfuerzos de la policía de Maricopa. Chief, what they're saying is there's still a comment on your website at 270 under the jails. Yeah, under the central jail, if you click on it, you know, the picture was taken off, because you told him, and he admits that he appreciates how quickly you remove the picture. But if you read the script on the central intake, I think it is, there's still a mention of 270.
I have a question. Everything that you say, theory, and some good. With the big problem is that the MCSO take care of this and put this on march to do everything that the people want. So the first thing is that the responsible and first man of the MCSO is the Joe Pine. But what happened when he is the first man and speak with bad words, bad actions to show he's different? When you speak about blood, you can see one video when somebody asked to him and why he don't stop to do the bad job that he do, and he said, I don't want to stop nothing. I don't want to start nothing because I am Italian. I have Italian blood. So he put on the blood situation. So I have a lot of respect about the Roman culture. I am an educated man. I am a school teacher. I am a writer. And I have a very bad experience inside the jail because I don't never did not put me there, and I was tortured for people of the MCSO. So we know that the Roman, they are the base of the Occidental culture. But when he speaks like that and the action that he do, my question is, with all respect, I say, Sherry, I respect the Italian culture, but when you're talking about the Italian law and the Italian culture, only I read to Caligula and Nero. He had to start to show the good intention and the respect to the people, and he don't have to be there or put some words that talking about the law. For me, I am here in America. I am respect to him because he was elected to be the sheriff of the county Maricopa. He have to have respect for everybody. And always on my mind, these people, they have to understand that they are public servers, and any piece of bread on his table to give food to the kids, his mother, his father, is money that come from the taxes that everybody pays here in the country. And the taxes can come out of my pocket, her pocket, and the money of everybody who is living here in the country. So he is the first person who need to start to have respect for the people. Thank you.
And thank you. And let me say something about that. The sheriff is here. The sheriff has been here in the last couple of meetings. The sheriff's staff is here. One of the purposes of this meeting is for them to hear. Whether they like what they hear or not, that's a different issue. Whether they love what they hear or not, that's a different issue. You know, but they're hearing, and it says a lot for them to be here. They could be home watching TV, and at least listening to what you say. If they agree or disagree with what you say, well, at least they're hearing what you're saying. Una cosa que está diciendo que estamos teniendo lo que dice el Señor, pero es importante que el sheriff y los miembros del departamento están aquí para oírlo a ustedes. Aunque puede ser que no les guste lo que están diciendo, pero no importa, lo están oyendo y están entendiendo cómo ustedes se sienten. Y importante que esa comunicación, aunque sea negativa, es importante que estén aquí en la puedan ver. Any other questions or thoughts, ideas? Ladies, gentlemen.
Good evening. I'm here to again to listen to the updates and to hear the latest as far as the changes that are being made. And today about the mindset. And to me, I think that there's a continuation of that mindset. I think that in different ways, it's still there. It's that culture of that spark, that racial profiling that's still there. That attitude is still there. And I think that it's something that the department is going along because there's a court order and they have to make those changes. And but the relationship is still there, the fraternity is still there, the brotherhood is still there in terms of the relationship with the Valley police departments, whether it's Tempe, Scottsdale, all the other police departments that that message is there. You know, my hands are tied, our department hands are tied, and we can't do the job that we're doing. So you guys are gonna have to do the job that we were doing. And the people are still being stopped, they're still being racially profiled by other people, by other departments, but a lot of times they end up at Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and in the jails and are being mistreated inside the jails, and the racial profiling continues in terms of the language and people being treated differently because they don't speak English. Also, we have gotten some comments that when people call 911, that if they're Spanish speakers, that the police are not sending out the police officer, but they're being referred to the sheriff's office. And so, you know, we need to continue to get more documentation, but that's something that we wanted to report, that maybe those cases are out there, that the sheriff's not stopping people necessarily, doing those detentions anymore, but there's other ways that they're still continuing that pattern of racial profiling.
Let me say, the order, fortunately or unfortunately, is only in the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Doesn't impact the Phoenix Police, doesn't impact Mesa, doesn't impact Scottsdale, and all the other cities. But I can tell you this, if you were saying things have changed, we have a very bold judge. The judge has come to a couple of these community meetings. This judge doesn't go away. The judge is, you know, it's on top of this case. And even though he's okay that the compliance rate is 30% or 60%, as we go to year 2, 2.5, 3, that compliance rate better increase. If not, this judge is not unlikely to pull the police department back into court and say, here we are in year 2 and we're still up 16%, which I'm fully confident that that's going to increase. We have the commitment of the department that's going to happen with the ACLU, and also looking over the shoulder to make sure what's going on. But should that not happen, should they be looking the other way, and hopefully that the judge goes away. This judge is a very involved judge who is not afraid to pull people back into court with his office, the ACLU, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, and say what's going on.
The sheriff had announced that he was going to stop the workplace raids. There's a court order that came down, a court decision that those workplace raids can't happen anymore. He had announced that we're going to do one in February. Is that still going on?
He's saying that he announced a February workplace raid. He's asking when the workplace raid is going to go on.
So you're referring to the criminal employment unit of the sheriff's office that was underscore, italicize, bold, emphasize that word, was conducting operations related to Arizona Revised Statute 13. This microphone. And that has, in fact, stopped. That unit has been disbanded. Those individuals assigned to that unit have been reassigned to different locations within the sheriff's office. So as it relates to Judge Campbell's order regarding the cease and desist, if you will, of the enforcement of those particular statutes, yes, he has ceased doing so and reassigned those personnel. I apologize. And that's what I'll elaborate a little further. Any current or potentially future investigations related to those particular statutes have stopped. Did that answer my question for you, sir?
Thank you, Chief. Any other questions?
¿Me pueden traducir? Hello everybody. Pues quiero comentar que entendemos, respetamos que los departamentos que los policías es una labor heroica, es una labor peligrosa, respetamos eso. Sentimos los que han muerto en cumplimiento de su deber. Y también que muchos, posiblemente la mayoría, nos protegen, nos ayudan. Pero lo que está pasando en el departamento del sheriff es algo que no vamos a permitir. Hay mucha evidencia que es culpable de perfil racial, que está sobre la comunidad, y la comunidad vemos eso y de esa manera no vamos a cooperar. Ya que la cooperación ayuda a resolver crímenes y estamos a favor estamos contra el crimen, sea quien sea, no importa el color, la raza, estamos absolutamente contra el crimen. Y lo que está pasando aquí en Arizona, pues afecta al Estado, el racismo en contra de nuestra comunidad. Es algo que no queremos y no vamos a permitir esto. Gracias.
Any other questions? I want to thank the sheriff for being here, the sheriff's staff, the ACLU, Anthem, first and foremost, all of you that are here, I appreciate it. We'll be having our 7th community meeting probably in the month of March. We're looking at what day we're looking at next. Yeah, there'll be one in March, one in April. We're rotating, we're required to go from district to district. We try not to go back to the same site, so we can attract people who walk to that community meeting versus having to get a car and go like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour somewhere else. But again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.